Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make that super cute tray that everybody's been making that has the cookies for Santa and the little carrot for the reindeer and stuff like that. These are going to be the trays that I'm going to show you that I'm using. So I'm actually going to be using the bigger one. You can purchase trays anywhere. You don't have to do like these trays. You could get them from TJ Maxx. You can go find super cute serving trays that are super affordable from, TJ Maxx, Ross, Hobby Lobby, Michaels. These are from Michaels. I purchased them, I believe, last summer. So I don't know if you can walk in the store and just purchase these now, but they would be where their chalkboards are if you could. Now I had done a video, it's been a long time ago when I hauled them in, and I said to go pick them up because I got them for like 60% off. I don't remember, 75% off. It was a really big deal. So say for example, this one right here was originally $17. I probably got them for like $5 a piece. It was really affordable. Now this one right here is a 15.5 by 10.7, and this would be a really great size, but I decided to go ahead and do the bigger one. And I'm going to do the smaller one for my nephew. So I'm only showing this one today. So this was going to be for a family of 3. That way everybody has enough room to put their milk and their cookies and all that kind of stuff. Now this one here is a 19.5 by 14.5, and it was originally 22. And like I said, I probably got these for $5 or $6. I'd have to go back in my video. I remember it was super affordable. A couple other options would be just grabbing a chalkboard like this. This one, for example, was from Hobby Lobby for $8.99. I used a 40% off coupon, so I got it for almost half price, so around $5 or so. And then this is a 17 by 23 inch. This is pretty big, but you can get smaller ones. That's just an example. You can get those at Michael's, Joann's, and stuff too. This is another one from Michael's. These are those metal signs I also said to pick up. We've still got a ton of those here. And like I said, I probably got these for like $5. It was originally 15. These are at Michael's. You could flip it upside down and do it in this direction because it's got that little bit of an edge. That would be really cute. You could drill some more holes on this side and then put some handles so that way you have your handles like this. That would be another option. You could also drill some holes on the chalkboard as well and do the same thing. Now, like I said, I wouldn't do one that big, but that's just examples of stuff you can use. You could get like those really cheap serving trays, I believe from IKEA, Dollar Tree, the little plastic ones that have like Christmas trees or Christmas designs, and do those as well. So let's go ahead and jump into what all I use. So I use my Cricut Explorer Air 2. You can use your maker as well. And I'm going to show you here in a second in Cricut Design Space. There is a ton of these files to choose from, so you can do all kinds of images. You're going to need some premium vinyl. You could use whatever brand you want to, but I use the Cricut Premium Vinyl, and I used it in white because I love the chalkboard look. It's going to look like chalk. You could do different colors. You could do, like, for example, our design has a Christmas tree and stuff. You could do the tree green. You could do the carrot orange. You could do colors, and that would be super cute as well. But we're going to do white. If you want to paint this, you can stain it, you can paint it. I'm going to use the unicorn spit to do this in the color Molly Pepper Red. So I'm going to use that to paint this red. And then I did use my 12 by 24 glue mat since this is a bigger design. If you use a smaller thing, you're just probably going to need your 12 by 12. I used a ruler here to measure this so that way, because, say it's saying it's 19, but in the inside here, this one, for example, is actually only 17 by 12 in the inside to work with. So you're going to want to measure your area so you know how big your design is going to be. I used my knife blade as well as the Cricut protective ruler. I used to cut my vinyl after the fact to make it easier to weed. You're going to see that here in just a minute. And I also used one of Cricut's cutting mats to do that. Now you could also cut that on top of your mat that goes to your machine as well. And then the last thing you're going to need is some transfer tape to transfer this. I'm going to be using this paper one I've talked about from Expressions Vinyl. It will also be linked down below. I love it. It picks it up easy and releases it easy. It's my new favorite, and it's a $9.99 a roll. If you order from Expressions Vinyl, you can use CrystalAnn, CrystalAnn, all caps. You can use it all the time to save 10% from Expressions Vinyl. So this is a 6 by 100 roll, and I love it. And I think that's everything. I have a scrap piece of, paper to put down underneath this while I paint. And I think that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So over here in Cricut Design Space, I have created a file for you so that way all of these designs are in one file. So you're not having to go search through the whole library of Cricut Design Space. So all of the ones that Cricut has are here, and if I find more, I'll continue to add them to this file. You'll find this file linked down below. So let me go ahead and show you which ones Cricut has to choose from. Now there's a really cute one that people's been purchasing from Etsy. But if you're a Cricut Access member, these are already free for you. So I definitely check them out. They're super cute. So let me go ahead and zoom in real quick so you can see each one. So I'm going to hit the plus button. So we have this one that says Merry Christmas Santa. We have Merry Christmas Santa. Here's a special thank you plate with treats for you and Rudolph. You could do these. So today we're going to do ours all white, but you could do these different. Like you could do some brown cookies. You could do these in orange. You could do this in black and then do the milk with, you know, the white. Same thing here. You can do some greenery. Mix it up however you want to. I really like the white because it looks like chalkboard. This one right here says Merry Christmas Santa, and then milk and cookies for you, carrots for the crew. We may be making this one. This may be the one we're doing today. This one says Merry Christmas. It looks like a digital, if that makes sense. I'm trying to think more like Legos, old-fashioned, like, I don't know how to explain what this is, but it's kind of like croppy. It says Merry Christmas. Then you have Merry Christmas Santa. Here's a special thank you plate. So here's another one. This one's super cute. So this one here, and I think this may have been the one that I was going to do, but I may actually switch it. So this one says, thank you, Santa. Please accept our Merry Christmas snacks. You have the milk here, carrots, cookies, and a cute little tree. So we're going to do all of ours in white. And what I did down below is I added Love, Ava, Remy, and Bash. You could click on this file and you can adjust this and do whatever kiddo names that you need to. And then you can move it around. So say that I actually want to do this one up here. I'd bring it up here. And then now it's going to work with this one. So feel free to edit that and utilize that however you need to. And this is a font that belongs to Cricut Design Space. So I believe it's free for Access members. Once again, it's another Access file. Let's see. We have this one right here that says Snacks for Santa and Company. I think that one's super adorable, cute. Like it says whole milk with a little smiley, carrots, cookies. So like I said, you could add colors or just do them all white. Then you have thank you, Santa. Please accept our Merry Christmas snacks. You have milk, carrots, cookies. That one's really cute too. So let me go ahead and show you. So once you open your file here, let me back out and you figure out which one you want to do. You don't have to add the kiddos' names. You can just do it however you want to. So I'm going to click on these individually and I'm going to hit the eye right over here to hide them. So I'm going to go and do that and hide each one. All right, so this is the one we're doing here. So I'm going to zoom us in really quick. I'm going to select it, and I'm actually going to drag it up and over here so I can work with it. Okay, so here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select these, and I want to center. So I'm going to come up here and hit a line, and I'm going to center horizontally. All right, so now I know that this is completely centered, and I think it looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the whole kit and caboodle. So I think what I might do is I may actually like expand this out just a little bit. So that way it kind of goes beyond. Let me select that really quick. All right, say that we have 16. Whoop. So I do that 16.5. That's going to give me 10. So let me go ahead and double check my numbers. I just go back and forth with my ruler here, checking everything. So 16.5 is going to let us there. And then the height would be 10.5. Looks good to me. All right, so that looks good. So what I'm going to go ahead and do at this point is we're going to hit Make It. So for this one, we're going to be using our 12 by 24 mat. Now, if you're doing a shorter one, you would probably just use your 12-inch mat. All right, so it's telling us I'm going to hit OK. We're going to hit continue. All right, so we're going to go ahead and select our machine, which is going to be the Air 2. All right, so on my Export Air 2, I've already turned it to vinyl. I've already cut my vinyl down to about 17 and a half. I had to use my scissors because our paper trimmer don't cut that big. I'm using my blue mat here today, this 12 by 24, and we're going to load our vinyl straight up. We're not working with iron-on, so it's going to go straight up. We don't need to mirror anything. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and smooth that out, just like so. And we're ready to load. We're gonna hit go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and unload it and shut our machine, turn it off, scoot it forward. All right, so I flipped it over. Make sure this is a clean surface so you don't get your mat all gunked up. So what you're gonna do is flip it over, lay it flat. You're gonna lift up a corner here, and you're just gonna hold down this piece here, and you're basically pulling your mat off your vinyl. So I can hold that down again and peel. Just be sure not to bend your mat too far back. Trust me, I've snapped one in half. I'm gonna take out my big cutting mat from Cricut, and I'm gonna lay this down. And I'm gonna take my knife blade here and my ruler, and I'm gonna go ahead and create what is like a weeding box. So I'm not gonna cut all the way through, just lightly, so I can weed in layers. You guys will see what I'm talking about. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my ruler here, and I'll kind of be working back and forth. I'm just making sure I'm not getting on anything. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. So I'm going to speed this process up, but basically I'm just light pressure. I'm cutting all the way around these pieces just to help me weed. All right, so that looks good. So now we're ready to weed. So now you guys can see that I can simply take my weeding tool and it's gonna come off in layers. So that piece is trash. And like I said, a very light pressure. Make sure you just do very light pressure and it's going to weed like a dream. All right, so now that we've got that all weeded out, you can't really see anything because it's white, so I'll bring it up so hopefully you guys can see some of that intricate. Look at the cookies. So you can see how intricate that wording is. It really just helps to break it up when you cut those. And you can see I didn't cut all the way through. It's just light pressure, and it really helps to weed it. Just make sure when you're cutting, you don't get too close to your wording. So you can see I went in angles and everything else. It just made it super easy to weed. And I recommend for this small print here, just to kind of go at an angle and slow down. All right. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to use my paper here, and I think I can use 2 strips of it like this. So that's what we're going to do. And you're going to want a scraper tool, whichever size it may be. And I'm probably going to use my bigger one today. All right. So I'm going to get me a nice big piece here. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and start to get this down. Like so, and I'm just going to rub that out nice and smooth, working my way this way, and then roll out a little bit more. Okay. So at this point, my knife blade to go ahead and cut this down to size. All right. And now we're going to go ahead and get our next piece. So same thing. I'm going to go ahead and get it started here. And get that down. So I'm going to overlap just a little bit. Getting this down, being nice and flat. And rub it this way. I'm telling you guys, this is my new fave. You know, I use that Dollar Tree stuff forever. And this stuff is a dream. Try it one time and I promise you're never going to go back to anything else. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take my big scraper tool here. I'm going to go ahead and rub this out. Now you can do this in pieces if you want to. You could do your carrot, your cookies, do it all separate and lay them down. It's just a lot easier if you do it this way, so that way you know that everything is going to come out nice and straight and perfect. Okay, so now all we got to do is I'm going to pick this guy up, just like so. Flip it over. I'm going to get this at an angle, and you're going to see how that just picks everything up. So you guys can see that because it's now on this color paper, and just go at an angle. And I mean, it just picks everything up so nice. There you have it. Now I know my light's glaring on that really good, but hopefully you guys can see that. It's nice and straight, nice and smooth. You just want to make sure that your chalkboard or whatever you're placing this on, this for example is a chalkboard serving tray, you just want to make sure that it's free of any sort of lint or dust or anything like that. Now mine is a little shiny right here because I tried to use some goof off, because you're going to have a sticker here that'll say chalkboard, and I tried to use some goof off. I actually used my scraper tool to scrape it, but the second I gave up on that and I tried to pull it, pulled up half of it. So definitely stick forward with your scraper tool, and that'll work out really nice. So you can see, but I've really rubbed out whatever I possibly could. So I think it's ready to go. I'm going to take my design and I'm going to hover over this so I can line it up nicely. I'll try my best to stay nice and even. All right, say I'm happy. Whoop. Take your time. All right. Lay it down nice and flat. All right. There we go. So what I'm going to do is first I'm just smoothing everything out with my hands. Just like that. You guys can see our design through here. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. All right. And then just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take my scraper tool now, and I'm just going to go over everything and get that rubbed in really good. All right, so I think everything should be pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is just take it at an angle here. And I'm gonna try to run, I'll probably try to run this top piece, because you can see this is my first layer because it's overlapped here. I'll take off the first piece and then come back and take off that second piece. So I'm just gonna hold this at an angle here and just slide it on over. And you can save this and reuse it. So I can put this down on the plastic. I'll show you in just a second. Set this out of the way just so I can show you really quick. Okay, so I picked up some dirt from my floor, so ignore that. But what I would do is, if I wanted to reuse this, is place it down on here, rub it out flat, and then get that really nice and flat, and then I can take and get the other piece down, and then I can roll this up so it's going to stay like that. All right, just showing you guys. All right, and I could add a little piece of tape and store that for later, just so I have that. All right, so let's keep going and let's get the next one. So we're going to hold it at an angle and go ahead and pull. All right, just like that. How cute! I'm not too sure if this was a piece that I weeded off, or because whenever I was pulling that out, if that was a piece I weeded off or if it's supposed to be there. I'm probably going to pull it off because I'm not too big of a fan. How cute is that? You can see how nice and easy that transfer tape works. And I didn't have any buckling, any issues whatsoever. It works like a dream. And what I actually should have done before I aligned them, I forgot to hit attach. So I wasn't even paying attention. So I should have separated this so I could scoot that over a little bit. So make sure whenever you guys select these and you align and center, make sure you hit the button attach. So that way this is going to be shifted over here. I'm fine with it. It's fine. It's no big deal. So now the kiddos can set their cookies, their carrot, and their little cup of milk for Santa. How cute. Now, you could leave it like this, or you could take some unicorn spit or distress paint or any of your paints. You can do some Mod Podge with some glitter on here. Would be super cute for the edges. I think I'm going to leave mine. You could also stain it, like I said, make it like a darker brown, do some staining. But I think I'm going to leave mine like this. I think it's super cute. The only complaint I have is I wish I would have leveled this, because that's going to drive me crazy. But oh well, maybe they can store some little extra cookies or something. I hope you guys can still find these over at Michael's. If not, like I said, look at TJ Maxx, look at Ross's, look at the chalkboards, add some handles. You don't even have to add the handles. Do it on some chalkboards. It'll be really cute. So I hope you guys make these for your kiddos this Christmas season. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.